Hi everyone, and welcome to my live creative time today. My name's Mandy Witherby from Mandy's Papercraft Creations, and I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Sydney, Australia. Well, it's been a little while. I've been away for the last few weeks, so it's great to be back. Today is actually my first full day back in a few weeks. So I hope that a few of you will be joining me today. So I'm a little bit late, I have to apologize. Our puppy needed to go to the bathroom right before I was about to go live, so I had to take her outside, and you know, that takes a few moments, so I apologize. But thank you so much for waiting for me. And yeah, so while everyone is finding their notifications that I've gone live, I'll just bring this up on my other devices so that I can see all of your comments there. So bear with me while I just do that. Okay, let's see. I have to refresh that one, don't I? I might be a little bit rusty today. As I said, it's been a few weeks, so it takes a little bit of getting used to again. All right, there we go. Hi, Rose, how are you? Great to have you with us today. Thank you for joining. All right, okay, I can see comments everywhere. So, what has been happening with everyone? Tell me, what has been happening? What have you been up to? I can feel my nose is about to run. Wait one sec, I'll grab a tissue. Sorry. I think just the running around, being outside. Not that it's cold out there, but just all of a sudden I felt like my nose was about to run. Okay. So let me know what has been happening. What have you been doing? Have you been crafting? And what have you been creating? Let me know. So those of you who do follow me regularly would know that I had the last few weeks off because my beautiful mother-in-law sadly passed away. So I just needed to have some time to be with the family, to help arrange the funeral and all those sorts of things. So yeah, so it's just been a real family time and just a time of reflection, and just a time of, you know, taking care of myself and my family. So yeah, so I just stepped back for a couple of weeks, but I'm back now. So thank you to everybody who has sent such beautiful messages and cards of support and sympathy. Thank you so much for that. We really appreciate that. Yeah, and it's just amazing to have so much support from friends from all around the world, including here in Australia. Yeah, just knowing that people care for you and, you know, are there to support you. So thank you so much to everybody who supported me. Thank you to those of you as well who participated in my July class. It was the lace shop class. I had quite a few participating in the class, purchasing the tutorial. Yeah, so I really appreciate that. And also those of you who have placed orders while I have been away as well. Thank you so much. I really appreciate your support. All right. Hi, Glenda. How are you? Great to have you here. Glenda has started making her Christmas cards already. Oh, that's fantastic. Good to start early. Very good. Yeah. It's getting towards that time, isn't it? And it'll be here before we know it. The year just goes in the blink of an eye. So, yeah, so good on you. How many of you made so far, Glenda? Let me know in the comments. Speaking of Christmas, today in the mail, now, well, let me backtrack a little bit. As Stampin' Up! Demonstrators, we receive early access to catalogues and brand new products before they release to the customers. And we have an upcoming new mini catalogue that is going to be starting in September. In fact, it's starting on the 6th of September. But for demonstrators, we get our hands on that in just a couple of days. So we can pre-order from the new catalogue. And just so happened that I went to my letterbox today and guess what was there? My brand new mini catalogue was there. Now I can only show you the front cover. I can't show you the inside yet until it launches to customers. But how gorgeous. It gives you a little sneak peek there of a couple of the products that'll be in the new catalogue. So I've already got my wish list started, or my shopping list I should say. And we're able to order in just a couple of days. So that's super exciting. So I'll be able to share some of those brand new products with you very soon. Now, I have ordered one of these beautiful mini catalogs for my customers who have shopped with me in the last 6 to 12 months. So if you have not shopped with me in that time, and if you're one of my customers, or one of my previous customers, then please let me know. I haven't actually set up the link yet to request a catalogue. I'll have to get that done this week. I need to add that to my to-do list actually, so that people can request directly through the link. But up until that time, until I get that link set up, if you would like one of these new catalogs, if you'd like to go on my mailing list, then please let me know. I've already ordered them for my current customers, as I said, and so they will be going out in the next couple of weeks. They will be going to you directly from Stampin' Up, but I'll be ordering some to have here at home as well, so that I can send out directly from here. So let me know if you would like one of those. Now, if you already have your own Stampin' Up demonstrator, please ask them about getting a copy from them, because these do cost us money to purchase and to mail out as well. So if you already have a Stampin' Up demonstrator, please ask them for your copy. But if you are looking for a demonstrator here in Australia and you don't have one and you would like one, then I would love to be your demonstrator and look after you, and I would be happy to send out a mini catalogue to you. So just get in contact with me. Now, all of my links and everything you'll find up in my bio at the top of my business page here. So after my video, you'll find all of my links there. I will put them in the description of this video as well, so you'll be able to access all of my videos, and I'll try and get the link for that catalogue request up today as well. So yeah. So that was pretty exciting. So lots and lots of beautiful products in there. So there's Christmas products as well as seasonal products as well. If you celebrate Halloween, there's Halloween products in there as well. And there's some beautiful products that are non-specific to occasions that you can use for all year round. So yeah, really, really beautiful. So definitely look out for that. Now, if you are a Stampin' Up demonstrator, look out for your catalogue. It should be arriving any day now. So watch your letterbox, because it should be there. Now, unfortunately, my postie shoved mine in my letterbox. So mine actually came to me very damaged. I will be letting demonstrator support know about that. But yes, it did come very, very damaged, unfortunately, because it was shoved and rolled. He had like rolled and bent it to fit in my letterbox, so it got a bit damaged, which is a bit sad. But I will order a box of new ones, and I'll have a beautiful pristine one very soon. All right, so today is the 31st of July, last day of July, and so it means it's the last day of the bonus days promotion, where you can earn free coupons, $9 coupons with every $90 purchase that you can then redeem in August. So if you purchased today and spent over $90, then you would have vouchers that you can purchase from tomorrow. So with every $90, that's Australian dollars. So in every market, it'll be a different amount, but here in Australia, it's $90. For every $90 purchase, you receive a $9 coupon. So basically 10% coupon that you can then redeem. In Australia, we typically call them vouchers rather than coupons. But yeah, it's basically a free little shopping spree. So you can spend that on whatever you like in August. So definitely check that out. Now, also to the last day today to claim my July tutorial bundle. Now, for those of you who shop with me, these tutorial bundles I send out for free as a thank you gift with orders over $75. So if you order $90 with bonus days, you'll get a $9 coupon from Stampin' Up. you'll also get a free tutorial from me. And this one has 42 project tutorials in it, which is amazing. It's so many. My team actually received this for free. It's a perk of being part of my team, my Papercraft Gems team. And so, yeah, so they get this for free every month. Every month there's a new tutorial. I'm part of a collaboration group called the Crafty Collaborations, and every month we put together these fantastic tutorials to then share with our customers and our team. So these can actually be purchased as well. If you are not one of my customers, or perhaps you're a demonstrator but you would still like to get your hands on this tutorial bundle, it is available for 28 Australian dollars. So if you would like that, then just shoot me a message either in Messenger or email, and I can I can get that out. We can arrange payment and I can get that out to you. So there's lots and lots of beautiful products, and they are all from the current annual catalogue. All the products used in there from the annual catalogue, or some of them might actually be from, let's see, are there any there from online exclusive? Yes, there's a few there using online exclusive products as well that are current. So yeah, but mostly annual catalogue. All right, so speaking of annual catalogue, this is the beautiful annual catalogue. Sorry, I have got a clear cover on mine, which reflects the light terribly. There we go. If you would like one of these as well, there is a link for ordering one of these catalogs through me, which you'll find in my my Linktree link in my bio. And again, I'll put it in the description of this video, so you can request a annual catalogue as well if you don't already have a demonstrator that you're working with. All right, now from tomorrow, well, let me just catch up and say a few hellos because a few more people have jumped in. Oh, Glenda's made 25 Christmas cards already. Wow, that's impressive, Glenda. Well done. That's amazing. Fantastic. Danielle's here. Hi, Danielle. Great to have you with us. Thanks for joining us. Robin's here. Hi, Robin. Oh, you got your mini catalogue as well? Fantastic. That's exciting. And Roz is here too. Hi, Roz. How you going? Great to have you here. Roz, did you get your catalogue yet today? Your new mini catalogue? Did yours arrive yet? Mine just came today. So if it does come to you damaged, if you're a demonstrator, let Stampin' Up know. If you are a customer and it arrives to you damaged, then please let your demonstrator know as well, so they can help you with that. Okay, so something else that is happening from tomorrow, the 1st of August. Can you believe it? It's Horse's birthday tomorrow, the 1st of August. We've also got some family birthdays tomorrow as well, which I had totally forgotten about and just remembered just right now, right this minute. I remembered that we have family birthdays tomorrow. Yes, I'll have to get onto that. From tomorrow, there is going to be a kit sale. So all of the kits in the collection, I believe, are going to be on sale. Now, I don't have full details yet. We find out tomorrow when you do. We just know that it's coming and it's going to run for the entire month of August. Now, I am planning on having a kit event. It'll be via Zoom where we can come together and kit together, which will be a lot of fun. So that'll be later in the month. I just have to organize that. I haven't had a chance to yet. As I said, I've just come back to work basically today. So I will get more information out about that. We've also got our team event coming up, our first team retreat in person, which will be a whole day retreat. It's going to be for, I think, about 6 hours, 7 hours. I've lost count of how many hours. Anyway, it's a full day. It's going to be exciting. That's going to be this month as well. So our team are gearing up for that. Those of us that are organizing the event are organizing all the last minute details. So getting all of that ready. So super exciting. So it's going to be a big month. It's going to be very busy. So lots happening. So we'll have pre-order as well for the mini catalog for those of you who are demonstrators. So many great things happening. Oh, Roz says she hasn't checked her mailbox yet. Oh, you'll have to go and check, Roz. Make sure you check before it gets dark. Don't leave it out there in the damp overnight. Well, it does come wrapped in plastic, but still, you know. Yeah, so that is all of the things that are happening that I can think of off the top of my head right this minute. So lots and lots of things happening. All right, so we might get on to our project today. I will show you what we are creating with. I have a bit of an idea in mind as to what direction we're heading with it, but I don't have a finished project for you yet. As I said, I've only come back to work today, so didn't have time to plan anything specifically, but I have kind of an idea of what we're playing with and what we're going to do. So what I'll do is I'll cover up the camera, I'll tip it down onto the desktop, and we'll get started. All right, bear with me while I get this all set up for you. I just like to cover up the camera so I don't make you all dizzy while I do all the transitions. Okay, here we go. Oh, I've got to undo that one as well. See, I'm rusty. It's been too long. Okay, let's tighten everything back up. A bit squeaky. It's been a while. They're always squeaky anyway. There we go. We'll bring that down a little bit closer. And let's see. We'll put our little sticky there. And get everything all lined up for you. All right. Actually, what I'll do, while I've got, before I put my, oh, it's a little bit crooked. Which way do we need to go? That way? Or the other way? Is it the right way or the wrong way? Oh, that was the right way. Yay. Oh, good. There we go. Look at that. I got it pretty straight. All right. While I've got my keyboard here, I'm just going to bring up for you, let me just bring it up, my links. Now, let me find them because it's been, here we go. I'll just grab all of the current ones and I'll put them in the comments. There we go. Now, it just doesn't have the link to request a mini catalogue yet, but that will be up soon. So I'll try and get that up today, actually, later today. All right, there we go. All right, let's get rid of the keyboard. We don't need that now. And the products that I'm using today, you can find in my online store. And you can find that through my blog, which is mandyspapercraftcreations.blogspot.com. Or you can go to my website, which is mandywitherby.stampinup.net. I'll just bring that down just a tad more. Now, this host code here, when you're shopping with me, if you use this host code, when your order goes over $75, I'll send you a thank you gift. But this is the July host code. So this one's actually finishing today, the 31st of July. This one will close off at midnight. And then from tomorrow, 12:01 a.m., there'll be a new one. Okay. So yeah, but if you are shopping with me today, be sure to use this one. All right, what we are using today, or what we are creating with today is, let me grab my catalogue here, is something that I've had for a little while, and it was actually carried over from the previous mini catalogue, but I hadn't played with it yet until today. It is the Petal Park stamp set. It's a photopolymer stamp set, and it has a coordinating punch. Now, also too, the Sentimental Park coordinates with this one, but I don't have this one. Okay, so they are two standalone stamp sets, or you can, they coordinate beautifully together as well. This one we're using today, Petal Park, doesn't have its own sentiments in it. It's just a floral stamp set. So we are bringing in a couple of extra stamp sets with some sentiments, and then we'll choose from there which ones we would like to use. Now, there is a coordinating punch for this one, which we're using today, and there's a coordinating die set for this one. This was part of a whole suite. It was the Sentimental Park suite that was in the last mini catalogue, the January to April, I think it was. January, February, March, April. January, February, March, April, May. May? Can't remember if it went to April or May. Anyway, the last mini catalogue. And now they are available as individual products. All right. Now, also too, the punch is on page 149, and this is it here, the Petal Park Builder Punch. So these flowers can be used individually on their own, or you can coordinate them with the Petal Park stamp set, which is what we're going to be doing today. But you can actually make floral arrangements or flowers as standalone just by punching your cardstock. So, and we've got some leaves there too. So they're really beautiful. So that's what we're playing with today. Okay. Oh, also too, we are playing with, we're going to be using some designer series paper. So let's go to our DSP. I'll show you where to find this. So we're going to be playing with the Glorious Gingham designer series paper on page 130. This is another product that I've had for a little while, not a real long time. I got this more recently, but I haven't actually played with it yet. I've opened it, had a good look at it, haven't actually pulled it out and played with it. I don't think, I could be wrong. But anyway, we're going to be playing with some of that today as well, because it's really beautiful and I've been wanting to play with that for ages. I am a sucker for gingham. I love gingham. So there we go. And we're going to be using a few extra items, but I'll show you those as we go along. All right, so the Petal Park stamp set is a photopolymer stamp set. The images on the front are shown at 85%, just to show, fit them all on the page, on the front cover. But inside, you'll see that they are much larger. I've pulled out the ones that we're using today, and these are some extra ones in there that we're not using. Now, there's a couple of things I wanted to talk to you about this stamp set and the punch. Let's bring in the punch as well. That's the Petal Park. Oh, I'm molting today. I've got bits of hair going everywhere. I keep finding them. There's some more on my sleeve. Let's get rid of those. The Petal Park Builder Punch, which is a little bit hard to see under the lights. It always the punches always reflect the light, so it's a little bit hard to see. This is actually a two-step stamp set. So what that means is you have the line images, so the lined image, the outline of the images basically, and then you have the color fill, what I like to call the color fill images. So you can stamp the outline, say you stamp that in Memento Tuxedo Black, and then you can stamp the color inside the stamps. So it's a really quick and easy way of coloring your stamps. So each of those each one of the stamps has the two-step. Now, we're not actually doing two-step stamping today. We are going to be doing some coloring techniques, and we are going to be using our watercolor pencils. Actually, I need to show you those in the catalog as well. So I'll just bring the catalog back in, and I wanted to show you those. I'm coming back to this because I'm going to show you how to make a little template and what we're going to do with that. All right, so let's have a look. I think they're under coloring tools. Here we go. Coloring tools. Let's find them. Nope. No, they're not. They're in a different spot now in this catalog. So I used to know exactly where they were in the previous catalog. But now I don't know where they are in this catalogue, so got to find them. Surely they're here somewhere. If anybody knows exactly where the watercolor pencils are, please feel free to shout out in the comments and let me know, so that it will make it quicker for me to find them. But they've got to be here somewhere. There they are. There they are. On page 125. They're with the assortments and bundles, of course. So with the watercolor pencils, because we had a color refresh with this catalog, some of the colors in the watercolor pencils have been changed. So the ones I have are the old set. But now there are two new sets with the new, the assortment 2 is still the same. It's the assortment 1 that just has a few colors switched out with some of the new colors. So yeah, so we've got basic black, basic grey, basic white, blue, so not a specific blue, just blue, Calypso Coral, Daffodil Delight, Early Espresso, Fresh Freesia, Melon Mambo, Old Olive, Pecan Pie, Pumpkin Pie, and Real Red. So there's 13 different colours in there. And then the assortment 2 has Balmy Blue, Cajun Craze, Cherry Cobbler, Coastal Cabana, Crushed Curry, Flirty Flamingo, Garden Green, Gorgeous Grape, Granny Apple Green, and Night of Navy. So the colours we are using today are Granny Apple Green, which is in the assortment 2, and Night of Navy, which is in the assortment 2. Then we've got Garden Green. Let's see, Garden Green. Oh, that's in the assortment 2 as well. And then I've got Balmy Blue. Oh, there you go. They are all from the assortment 2. Okay, all that. I didn't plan that. They're just the colours I pulled out, and that so happens to be they all are in the assortment 2. So there you go. So that works out very well. Yeah, so that's what we're going to be playing with today. We're also going to be using a couple of colouring tools. We're going to be using a blender pen, not to be confused with Stampin' Blends. This is different. This is a blender pen. And we're using, oh my goodness, where did I put? Oh, there it is. A Wink of Stella to colour with. Did you know that you can colour with your Wink of Stella? So this is a glitter brush. And it has like an alcohol or I'm not sure exactly what the contents of the liquid is in here, but it blends your inks beautifully. So you can use this with any watercolor, water-based inks, or with your watercolor pencils or your soft pastels. Yeah, these both can work with either, as well as the water painter brushes as well. So they will work with any of your colors. Sorry, any of your water-based ink products. Okay, so that's kind of what we're going to be. We're not using the soft pastels today. I just wanted to get them out to show you. But this is what we're going to be using today. Just 2 colors. We've got Night of Navy and Shaded Spruce in our inks. And the 4 pencils, which were from the assortment 2 watercolor pencils. Okay, so there we go. All right, so that's what we are using. Okay, now here's our gorgeous gingham paper. So it's 6x6 designer series paper, and it's in Berry Burst, Blueberry Bushel, Lemon Lime Twist, Pecan Pie, and Pretty Peacock. And you have the fine design on one side, and then on the other side you've got the larger gingham design there. So we're going to be using the Blueberry Bushel today, and these are the colours I have pulled out. Now the Balmy Blue, I don't know that that's going to go. I am colouring with Balmy Blue, but I don't think that's going to go with my layers. I think we're more going to go with Night of Navy and potentially Blueberry Bushel, but we're definitely using the Blueberry Bushel gingham. All right. We are also using the scalloped contour dies. Okay, we want this beautiful scalloped shape here. This is the second largest. I have already die cut mine, ready to go, so that I didn't waste time with that, because I knew that there'd be a lot of things to talk to you about. And just to show you too, with my pencils, they come in a box and the colors are all on the box, but I used to travel a lot with mine, so I keep mine here in a pencil roll, which was made by one of my team members and a good friend of mine, Fiona Fernandez. And I keep all of my pencils in here, as well as some of my colouring tools. I've got a blender pen and I've got a couple of water painters. These are some of our older ones, but they still work, so I keep them here in my pencil roll. I also keep some samples of the colours, using both the water painters and the blender brush. You do get a different finish with both of them. With the water painters, you get a slightly softer finish, With the blender pens, it's a little bit more sort of textured looking. And then I've got some samples here that I created as well. So I keep all of that together here in my pencil roll. I just wanted to show you that's how I store them. But yeah, I've still got the old color assortment one. Alrighty, so all right, let's get started. We're going to start with our stamping, and we're going to use today our Stampin' Pierce mat because we are using a photopolymer stamp set. We want a really good impression, so I'll use a little bit of grid paper there to protect that. Now we're going to be using the leafy image and these florals here. We may do some fill in with this other stamp here and potentially the little flowers, but we'll see how we go. We're going to start off with the large one. Before we do that, no, I'll get to that next. I'm going to stamp the leaves first, and I'm going to stamp the leaves in Shaded Spruce. Now for this stamp set, you actually stamp the leaves and the flowers separately. They sort of nest inside of each other, and I'll show you what that looks like. Now today is actually the first time I have used this stamp set, but I watched some videos of other demonstrators using them, just so I could see some tips and ideas of the best way to use them. All right, so we're going to stamp up this way. We're going to stamp our leafy image just there. We want to give a nice firm press. Now I have this on a large block. I'll give you the size of the block. Just holding that, let that ink absorb into the cardstock. There we go, beautiful. This is an E block. All right, and so that was Shaded Spruce. Okay, now we'll give that a clean on our Simply Chamois. Hey Dimity, how are you? Great to see you. Well, not that I can see you, but great to have you with us. All right, just dry that off on there. All right, great. Okay, so now with our floral stamp, I've already got that on the block. Now, the best way to do, I didn't actually show you with the leaves, but I will show you with the flowers, because these are a very, the photopolymer is very pliable, so it bends and twists and can do all crazy things. The best way to put it onto your block is to place it down onto some paper, okay? Just let it go into its natural form. The same with the leaves, but particularly with the stamps, if you're going to want to punch them out, because you can punch them all out together at the same time, okay? And this just makes it really easy. So if you let it just relax into its normal form with the stamped side down and the flat side up. The flat side is what is going to adhere to your block. Then take your block to the stamp, okay, and pick it up that way. Do the same with the leaves, because again, with the leaves, it's quite stretchy and we want to be able to nest these together perfectly. And if this is sort of stretched all out of shape, they won't nest beautifully, okay? Now, the other thing you can do is take a piece of cardstock. I'll just open my punch. I'll slide the button up and open my punch. I slid a piece of cardstock in to the punch, all the way down to the bottom as far as it'll go, and I punched to make a template. Now, why did I do that? Because if you want to make sure that your stamp is definitely going to fit exactly in the template here to punch out, now that I've got this on my block, you can line that up with your template. Oops, actually I'm around the wrong way. To see if that is going to fit. Oh, I'm up the wrong way. That's what it is. There we go. Okay, so you can just test that on your template to make sure that those stamps are lined up perfectly. Now you'll notice that we've got an extra little one here. So what we can do, we'll bring in that extra little leaf. Where is it? Here it is here. if you wanted to stamp, if you wanted to punch out some leaves as well, what you can do is take your stamp, take your template that you've punched out, line that up in your template. Okay, so we've got, this is right way up, this is the way I punched it. So we've got the stamped side facing down, the flat side facing up. And then we've got the little leaf as well. So we pop the little leaf in there as well. Oh, if I got that up the right way, let's check. That's better. Okay, so they're all in there together now. Now, if I place that down carefully on my desk and then take my block to the stamped images, wait, which way does it go? It fits this way. And this is a D block. Okay, then I can pick those stamps all up, and when I stamp them onto my cardstock, I'll do a sample and show you. Let me grab, oh, hang on a sec. I've got to cut an extra piece of cardstock. Sorry, I didn't have this cut in advance. Let's just cut this one. So we'll stamp these images. Now, because I want some additional flowers for the card we're making today, I'm going to stamp in the Night of Navy. Of course, you wouldn't want to stamp your flower, your leaf in Night of Navy ordinarily, but if you were stamping your outline, you might want to use Memento Tuxedo Black and then color it with your preferred coloring medium. Or you might want to use the color fill stamps, these solid ones here, to stamp the color on them, which is much easier. Sorry, my words just aren't working today. So as I said, I'm very rusty, been away for a few weeks, but it will come back to me. But just for demonstration purposes, I'm just going to ink all of these up in the Night of Navy. Okay, now we want to make sure, have a look at your template, because remember we pushed that template all the way down to the bottom of the punch, and we want to make sure that we're going to be able to punch these out. We want to make sure that we can get them all the way to the bottom of the punch. Okay, there we go. I'll leave that blue open because we're going to use that again. All right, so imagine that I've done that. I've done my coloring, and then I want to punch them. So open up my punch, slide that all the way in, and now you can see, oop, hang on, I've just got to line this up. Get that lined up. And you can see how they all line up perfectly? And then if I punch those out, there we go. We have all of our floral images and our leaf all ready to go. Okay, so there's a little tip for you. Just creating that little template makes it super, super easy. Now, if you don't want to use the leaf, which I'm not, obviously, I don't want a blue leaf, so we won't keep that one. But these ones are useful little pieces, so I'll hang on to those. Okay. So that's how you can use your template. Also great if you're doing lots at a time. Now, if you have the Stampin' Up! Stamparatus, the stamp positioning tool that we had until recently when it was retired, you can use a template like this as well to line up your stamps on your Stamparatus, and then you can do multiple stampings in one sitting if you're doing, you know, like a production line, if you're doing lots of cards the same, or you need lots of flowers. Then yeah, you can use a template like that as well. Okay, so I'm just going to keep that little template in my case here so that it's always there with the stamp set. Okay, so I'm going to, let me just going to remove that leaf. I'm going to leave the flowers there because I'm going to use them. Put the leaf on here, and I'm just going to clean that leaf. Let's get that dark blue ink off there. Now these deeper pigments of ink, they will stain your stamps, but don't be too worried because it doesn't harm your stamps. So long as you give them a good clean after you've used them, then you are good to go. All right, so I'm going to ink this up again, and this time we're going to stamp directly onto our scalloped piece here. All right, now to line them up, you'll notice there's a big hole here. That's where the large one is going to go. And the two smaller flowers, they're going to nest in these little hollows here. Okay. Mandy, could you hold your stamped pieces up close to the camera? I'm interested in the border. Yep, sure. Let me just stamp this one while the ink is still wet, and then I'll hold that up for you, Rose. Okay, so we'll line these up, and let's see if I'm getting these lined up in the right spot. Okay, so press that down firmly. There we go. See how they nest in amongst the leaves there? All right, so is this the one you wanted me to hold up, Rose? The border. So this is the scalloped border from the scalloped contour dies. I'll bring those dies back out. It's got a beautiful little stitched border on the inside there as well. It's a really, really beautiful die set, that one. I really love that one. I use it quite a bit actually. All right, let's give this a clean. Oh no, actually, before we do that, I'll come back to the dies, Rose. I'll just set them here so I remember. We're going to stamp some additional flowers. So we'll use that piece that we had. I'm going to turn that up the other way. We're going to stamp an extra set of flowers. Now, where's my little template? I want to make sure that I stamp them up the right way to make sure they're going to go into the punch. Okay, so we want the large flower that way like that. There we go. Beautiful. Okay, good. All right, now we finish with that one for the moment. We might need it back again for the sentiment once we decide what that is going to be and where that is going to sit. All right, I'm going to leave that out because we're going to colour that. You'll notice I'm using the opposite side of my paper to, so I've got a clean side and a dirty side of my paper. All right, and we're going to do some colouring. Oh, hi, Karen. First time watching. Oh, welcome. All the way from Airdrie, Alberta, Canada. Oh, welcome, Karen. It's lovely to have you with us. Always happy to have new viewers. It's very exciting. And Ruth is here too. Hi, Ruth. How you going? Great to have you with us. All right, so we're going to do some colouring on these ones. Now, these are the dies. This is the scalloped contours dies. And in these ones, actually, let me take them out of the plastic so that you're not seeing the reflection there. I've got mine on magnetic sheets because I use these ones all the time. So you've got the beautiful scallop here, which you can use for borders. And then you've got each of these individual frames in the different sizes. And each frame has got a detailed stitched or, you know, extra intricate little design as well. These two are floral dies that coordinate with the what's it called? Hang on. This one. The colour and contour stamp set. Okay, so these two coordinate with these two. But yeah, I love these just for the frames. I use them just mostly for the frames most of the time. I do love this stamp set too. It's a very beautiful stamp set, but I use the dies more so. So there you go. So that's what those ones are, Rose, and everybody else. Okay, and any extra pieces that I cut that I don't use, I just keep them in my packet here with the dies. And whenever I'm creating a new project, you know, and I'm thinking about using the scallops, then I pull that out and I've got pieces there all ready to play with. Okay. Oh, you're welcome, Rose. Always happy to help. Okay, so now comes the fun part with the colouring. We are using, as I said, we're going to be using our watercolour pencils, and we're going to be using our Wink of Stella brush and our blender pen. So the blender pens, when you purchase them, they come in a set of, oh gosh, now you've got me. Is it a set of 2 or a set of 3? Good question. We better check that in the catalogue. And they're dual tip, which is fantastic. So if you're doing lots of colouring and you're, I mean, you can clean the tips as you go, but if you're in a hurry, like you've got, you know, the dual tip. Where are they on here now? Here they are, 8. Blender pens, 3. So you get 3 dual tip pens. So it says here that they're filled with a specialized solution for easier blending. They're acid-free and xylene-free. So they are safe to use with scrapbooking as well. Oh, there we go. All good. All right, so first of all, we're going to start with our flowers. There we go. And we are going to have a balmy blue. Oh, here's where I need to put my glasses on, because otherwise my eyes will go all blurry. Oh, hey, Brenton, how you going? Oh, there you go. You already knew they came in a set of 3. You were ahead of me. See, I should have looked up earlier. Would have saved me looking it up in the catalogue. Thanks, Brenton. All right, so we are going to have dark blue centers. And the one thing I love about colouring with the watercolour pencils is you don't have to be super fussy with them, because when you blend the colours down using whichever medium you choose to use, it just blends them beautifully. Now, the watercolour pencils, you can use them just as ordinary colouring pencils. They are a very soft tip. Or, as I said, you can use them for watercolouring. All right, so as you can see, I've just done a little bit of blue. Actually, we'll do this set as well while we're at it. A little bit of oh, that's the wrong one. A little bit of the Night of Navy in the centre. And when you see this, you're going to think, oh my goodness, what is she doing? Like, that looks terrible. It's so messy. But wait until you see when I blend the colours. And I haven't used my watercolour pencils for a while. So I thought it was about time that I used them. And I am going to be participating in a colouring blog hop tomorrow. Not tomorrow, Wednesday. So I thought I could use this project for that as well. So, oh, only because you have a set in front of you, Brenton. Oh, there you go. Yeah, so who else loves watercolouring pencils? Do you have these? Do you have the Stampin' Up! Watercolour pencils? The other thing I love about these is that they coordinate with our Stampin' Up! Colours. So they coordinate with all of our cardstocks, our inks, our designer series papers, ribbons, bling, blah, 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 blah. Everything coordinates beautifully. And so it's so easy to have everything looking beautiful because everything just coordinates so wonderfully together. Okay, so you can see, if I hold that up close, see how roughly I've coloured that? You don't have to be an artist. You don't have to colour perfectly. I mean, I do try to stay inside the lines, but you can see that that's really rough. So wait until you see when I blend this. I love using pencils. I don't use these often enough, I have to say. Mine probably need a little bit of a sharpen soon as well. But I haven't used them for quite a while. I can't even remember the last time I pulled out my watercolour pencils. There we go. Okay, so roughly coloured. Now, did you know your Wink of Stella glitter brush, you can use that for colouring and blending your colours. Not only does it blend beautifully, but it then gives you that beautiful glittered effect as well. So that's what we are going to do. So we are just going to start in the middle there And then we're going to blend all this colour with our Wink of Stella, and we're going to have beautiful sparkly flowers. So as I'm colouring with this, hang on, let me just put the lid down. As I'm colouring with this, it is blending those two colours together, so the Night of Navy and the Balmy Blue. And there is a third blue colour as well in the assortment 1 set. I'm using colours from the assortment 2 today, just because they're the colours that I chose, not because I particularly chose to use any particular assortment. There we go. And if you start, I like to start from the darker colour. Oh my goodness, did you hear my voice just then? It went croaky. It's so not used to talking so much. It's been away too long. If you start from, oh, just stuck my finger in there. Start from the darker colour and draw that out into the lighter colour. Then they will blend beautifully together. And then if you need to, just give a little squeeze on your brush, not too hard, but just a little squeeze there on the barrel, and that'll get a bit more flowing for you if the tip dries out a little bit. So just turning this around so that I'm drawing that dark colour down into the lighter colour. It needs a little bit more. Beautiful. There we go, and look how beautifully they've blended together now. And see how we've got the dark and the light tones in there? And some of that blue almost has turned almost purpley sort of colour. A little bit of a gap there in that colour, so let's just blend that. There we go. See, isn't that beautiful? So easy, so quick and easy to do. All right, so let's do this one as well. Now you might be wondering why I'm doing an extra set, because we are going to be punching these ones out and mounting them up for a little bit of depth and dimension on our card, because you all know that I love layers, and of course I love ribbon and bling as well. Oh, I haven't chosen a ribbon yet today. That's something we'll have to do. We'll have to pull out the ribbons. Now I've got ribbons everywhere at the moment because we are we're preparing for my team retreat as well as preparing for our next upcoming class. So we've been pairing ribbons and embellishments with papers and all sorts of things. So yes, I'll have to hunt for my ribbons, and hopefully we'll find the color that we need. There we go. Hey Mary, all the way from California. Thanks for joining us. You love the pencils, yes. You rather the pencils over the Stampin' blends. Oh, there you go. There you go. We all have our preferences, don't we? I have to say I love both. But I think the pencils, yeah, I think it depends on what you're colouring really. I think they both, for me, they both have their place. But yeah, we all have different preferences, which is great. It's great that we have so many options of choice, isn't it? Stampin' Up just has lots and lots of options. There we go. All right, so we've got our beautiful flowers. Now, I've got a little bit of blue ink on my tip. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to squeeze that brush a little bit to get that, the liquid flowing. And I'm just going to brush it off. There we go. And it's clean. I got rid of all that blue and now it's clean again, ready to go. All right, so I'm going to cap that one. Now for the leaves, we are going to use Garden Green and Granny Apple Green. Set those ones over to the side. I'm going to do the Granny Apple first. So we'll do the darker up the centers of the flowers. And yeah, I love that with the pencils as well, that we've just got so many different mediums that we can use with them. The water painters, the Wink of Stella, the blending pens. Yeah, you can just do so much with them. It's great to be able to also blend your colours and mix and match different colours as well. So let's just put a little bit of green in those leaves as well. Don't need to colour them fully. This one's a little bit blunt for these tiny little leaves, but we'll do our best. Oh, one more over here. Don't want to miss this one. All right, and then we'll come in with a little bit of Granny Apple, and I'm just going to go around the outside of each of those leaves with the Granny. And again, don't have to be too, you know, tidy with your colouring. You just lay down the colour. So when I had my technique club, which isn't currently running, I did a whole class on watercolour pencil techniques, and it was such fun, and everybody really enjoyed it. We made some beautiful, beautiful projects. The only thing is with watercolouring, I find I get a bit of a sore hand and a sore arm, but perhaps that's because I'm pressing so hard with my pencils. Probably don't need to press as hard as what I do, but I'm trying to lay down lots and lots of colour there. There we go. All right, so we've got, see how we've got the messy green happening there, and we are going to blend that together now using our blender pen. So with cleaning the blender pen, all you need to do, and always good to check it before you start to use it, is I'm just gently turning the pen with my fingers like that as I scribble it on the paper, and any ink that's on the tip will just come off onto your scrap paper. All right, and the lid's nest so that you won't lose your lid. Hey Jenny, how you going? Oh, thank you, Jenny. Jenny says it's nice to have me back. It's nice to be back. I missed my crafting, and I missed crafting with all of you. There we go. Now, if you find you're getting a little bit too much dark, just scribble it off onto your paper. There we go. So just blending that dark out into the lighter colour. And they're blending beautifully. And you get that light and dark, those light and dark tones. I'm just going to turn it up the other way. There we go. So this is like, you can be quite quick with this. It's kind of a quick colouring technique to use. Now with the dark leaves, these little ones here, we just need to, there's only a little bit of colour that I added in there, but with the blender pen, it just fills in the rest of that leaf with the colour, which is awesome. So quick and easy. There we go. And we are done. I'm just going to blend this one a little bit. I just want to blend a bit more dark into that one. And this one, I think, was the other one. There we go. So there we go. So we have now our beautifully coloured flowers. So see the different light and shade in the flowers and in the leaves just by blending those two colours together. Now you can blend all different sorts of colours together depending on what it is that you're colouring. You might like to apply 3 different colours. Just totally depends on, yeah, what it is that you're creating. And again, just clean off your tip, I'm just rotating the barrel with my fingers and scribbling. And once you're getting no colour coming off anymore, then you know that it's clean. It will stain a little bit, but don't worry too much about that. So long as you're not getting any ink coming off, then you know that it's clean. Okay, so there we go. So really easy. Anyone can do that. Anyone at all can do that. So super, super easy. All right, so what we'll do is we will now punch our flowers. There, we know that they're going to line up with our punch because we used our little template. Okay, just got to line it up straight. Hang on a minute. Takes me a minute sometimes to get them lined up straight. Up, up. Okay, is that it? No, down a bit, across a bit. There we go. Okay. And punch, and there we have our flowers. Okay, we'll just close that again. I love that the punches have the closing mechanism on them so that they stack nice and flat, and you can stack them. I actually store mine on their side like that on a little shelf, and they all stack nicely side by side. Makes it really easy to store them. Okay, there we go. All right. Now, what I want to do is I want to shape these ones a little bit. Now, this is my good pad for stamping. So I don't like to shape on this one. You can though. You can flip it over to the other side and use the other side for shaping. But let's see. I've got an old one here somewhere. Here we go. I've got an old one here that's got lots of holes in it because it's the one that I use for shaping. So this is really quick and easy. There are lots of different ways that you can shape your flowers, but the Take Your Pick tool does come with a stylus. Well, actually it comes with two different styluses. And talking about Take Your Pick tool, I got the new tips the other day. So this one here is a perforating blade. This one here is a craft knife or a hobby knife. And this one has two pokey tools. One that is fine, so it's finer than the one that comes on the Take Your Pick tool. And there's a hook one as well. Oops, let me just put that back on. This is a hook one, so it's great for, you know, grabbing a hold of things and flicking them out, especially with your dies and things like that. So yeah, so they came, I will demonstrate those another day, but they came together in the little box. They're called the Take Your Pick Crafters Tips. So we will, oh, they're amazing. You've got them too, Brenton. Fantastic. Brenton loves them as well. I haven't played with them yet, but I will, and I'll do a full demonstration of how to use them on another video. But for now, we're going to take our stylus tip and we're going to swap out our pokey tool, as I like to call it, and our spatula. I broke my spatula again the other day. I was trying to open an envelope actually, and I snapped the plastic. So my spatula is just sitting in there, but I can't actually use it anymore. And I tried taping it, but then when I taped it, I couldn't fit it inside my the barrel for the pokey tool. So I was very disappointed. So yes, so my spatula is no more. Anyway, so we're going to use the large stylus tool. So just interchange that. This one comes with the tool when you get it. Okay, it comes as an additional tip. So what we're going to do is we are just going to use our foam mat. So we've got our Stampin' Pierce mat, and we're just going to go round and round. Now what you can do as well is you can go around on each of the petals, and that will also help them to curl up. So that's the effect that we want. We want them to curl up. Okay, and then press down in the middle. Okay, so now if I hold that up to the camera, hopefully you'll see that no longer is it flat, but we've got a bit of dimension on it there. Okay, so it looks messy on the back, but nobody's going to see that because we're going to stick it down. Now, the other thing that you can do, I know that some people use the tip or the cap of the putty end of their their tool, their Take Your Pick tool, and they just press down in the middle. Or you can go round and round as well, but that can be a little bit trickier, especially because we've got that Wink of Stella and it wants to grip. So you can use that just to press down as well. And that will also give you a nice curved flower with a bit of definition, a bit of shape to it. Okay, so we can do that with this one as well. There we go, but this is a larger flower, so I like to use the stylus on each of the petals for the larger ones. So there we go, there's a couple of extra little tips for you. All right, so we'll pop that one back in there. Put our cap on, always put your cap on so you don't poke yourself. And I'll pop this. This little box was made for me by one of my beautiful Stampin' Up friends. And it was for our on-stage event last year. She made that for me. Okay, so there we've got our extra little flowers ready to go. Oops, okay. Now, we do have added flowers and added little bits and pieces. There's extra leaves, there's extra little flowers, and then we've got these little leafy bits as well. If you wanted to, you could stamp some more of those on and fill it out a little bit, but I like this little splatter, this little tiny splatter stamp here. So I'm thinking I might stamp a few of the little splatters here and there, and I'm thinking I might do it in a softer color. I did have the other stamps out ready to go because I was undecided if I would add extra flowers, but I don't want to overdo it on this card. I want to keep it fairly simple. So I think I'm going to do the splatter. So let's bring back in our, I just remembered about it. I forgot about it before. All right. Now for this one, let's see if I do it in, I might try Stamped Off Shaded Spruce. We'll do it on our scrap paper first and see what it looks like stamped off. So stamped off is just stamping first generation, as we call it, and then we stamp second generation or even sometimes third generation. 1, 2, 3. Might even just do 1 because we've got some darker ones here as well. So maybe we'll just stamp a few extra. Yeah, there we go. Just stamp a few extra little ones here and there. Just kind of to fill in a little bit of that blank space that we've got around the edges. There. Yeah, there we go. Don't want to go too much. We don't want to make it too busy. There we go. All right, so that just filled in a little bit there. Oh, I've got a bit of fluff there on my, where did that come from? Oh, probably from my cardigan. I had my fluffy cardigan on earlier. There we go. All right, so we'll give that one a little clean. Oh, super glue might fix my Take a Picture. I didn't even think of that, Glenda. Thank you. Might see if hubby can pull out the old super glue, if he's got some. I don't know if he's got any. To get him to have a look. I don't think he's needed to use any for a while. Alrighty, okay, so we've got our piece ready and we've got our flowers ready. So we're going to pop our flowers up on top of the ones that we've already got there just to give them dimension. And yes, I already did colour the ones underneath because I knew I was shaping these, and when you place them down on the top, you can kind of see underneath them. And so just to make it look a little bit nicer, I just wanted to have the stamped and coloured image underneath as well, so that if, you know, you could see underneath them, it looked a lot nicer. So that was my intention for that. Now I could, actually, you know what? I think I'm going to work out the rest of the card first, and then I'm going to decide if I want to mount these up or just have them adhered flat. Yeah, all right. So we have got our Blueberry Bushel gingham paper. Can use that side or that side. Where did my other layers all go? Oh my goodness, I've dumped everything on top of them. Hang on a sec. Chaos over here on this other desk. All right, so we've got, I have a white card base. There we go. And I had some Night of Navy. So what I was thinking was, if we had, let's see, we could have that on there, or we could go, now we'd need something to break that up. Oh, we could have a white layer around that. What if we had a white layer around that onto the blueberry bushel, and then we could have navy, Night of Navy, because we've stamped our flowers in Night of Navy on there like that. Oh yes, that will look nice. Okay, let's do that. I'll bring in my paper trimmer. I've actually got a new trimmer. The reason I bought a new trimmer, and it's gliding like, and it's cutting like butter. The reason I bought a new trimmer is my old trimmer, I had actually damaged it. I've still been using it, but somewhere along the line, I hadn't been cutting correctly, or I'd been, you know, pushing too hard or wiggling my blade as I was cutting, and it actually chopped up my my cutting track, and so it kept sticking and getting cut in the little grooves that I had created in my cutting track. And so it sort of was becoming a bit of a problem. So I decided to buy myself a new one. So the other one still works, but yeah, I just thought I'll get a new one and see if that solved some of the problems we were having, and it did. So, all right, so scoring in the middle. So I cut that at 14.85, which is half of an A4 sheet. I'm scoring. What I'm finding with these new scoring blades is that you've got to score quite a few times. Okay, and then I'm going to flip it over, and I'm going to use the edge here and the edge here. Oh, you probably can't see that. I think I'm off camera. So the edge here and the edge here. Line up my cardstock in the corner there. And even though I have scored that fold, it will help it to fold nicely, but it helps me to line everything up so that it's nice and square. Okay, so there's another little tip for you. And then you can take your bone folder and burnish that fold line there. Okay. All right, so now while we've got the trimmer out, we will also cut our layer of white, which I have, that's a folded one. We're not using that one. But I have this one here. So I'm going to cut this one at, I'm going to cut this to 10.1, 10.1 by 14.45, 14.45. Okay, that'll give me the white border. They're like that. Okay, and then my gingham, I'm going to cut at 9.7. All of these measurements will be on my blog, so if you missed them, don't worry. This piece will be fantastic for another project. We can just use that as like a strip on another project. So hang on to that. By 14.05. There we go. And this little strip, we can use that on the inside of our card to decorate the inside. Okay, that can go there like that. And then that will go there like that. And then we can wrap some ribbon perhaps around there. Oh, we were going to do an extra layer. That's right. I was going to do a Night of Navy layer. Now, I don't know what size I need that. Let's measure. Okay, we've got those ones. Let's measure this one. Hang on a sec. Oops. Let's see. What's the width of this one? This one is 8 centimeters. Okay, so if I want to, I'm going to cut this at 8.4. 8.4. By, let me guess, I bet this is about 12. Is this the one I used the other day? I think it was 12. Oh no, 11.3. 11.3, and we want to add on 4. That'll be 11.7. 11.7. I hope I did that right. You know, maths isn't my strongest. It's not my strongest suit, my strongest subject. But let's see. Yay, I got it though. Look at that. There we go. Beautiful. All right. We still need a sentiment, but we'll come back to that. Okay, let's see. So layer. So we've got blueberry bushel, basic white, then our gingham, which is also in blueberry bushel. Then we've got a layer of Night of Navy, and then our white image. So just very basic design, just layer, 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 really easy. And then there we go. And we could wrap some ribbon around this layer here. Okay, and then we can pop that up on dimensionals, pop up our flowers, and that's going to be beautiful. All right. Oh, hey, Vicky, how are you? Vicky is a new follower of mine. Lovely to have you, Vicky. Thank you for joining us. All right, now let me pull out my ribbons and we can decide what ribbon we're going to use. All right, so I have got, here's my box of ribbons, but there's more. There are more ribbons. I've got this blue one. That might be nice too. So all these different ribbons we could try. In fact, let's move this off the desk. I'll put it over the other side. I've got so many different ones. I love all the choices that we have. Well, this would look beautiful because it's shiny and shimmery as well, like our flowers. In fact, it's probably more shiny and shimmery than our. Oh, I like that. I just like that. I don't think I want to try anything else. Well, let's have a look and see. Okay, we kind of lose that one. That one. Any of these would go really, wouldn't they? So many choices. This one is going to be the wrong color, I think. That's going to be very bright. Actually, it is a little bit bright, but it still, I think, wouldn't go too badly with those flowers, would it? What color is that one? That's Azure Afternoon, so that's another different blue. Then we've got Boho. No, completely lose Boho. Okay, not that one. This one is Balmy Blue and White. No, don't like that one. Then we've got good old Silver. Oh, Silver would look nice too. I think I really like this blue one. Just keeping all the blues, you know. And we've got now this one, the glittered organdy ribbon. This one is actually not orderable at the moment, but we're hoping that it will come back. And in fact, we can't see that anyway. So I don't want to use it because you can't actually purchase it right now. But we're hoping that this one is coming back. I think it is coming back, but we don't have a date yet when that one's coming back. And then I do have this thick white one, which I think this one will be too thick. Oh, look, now I've bumped all my layers. Oh my goodness. Okay, let's try and straighten these all back out again. Notice I haven't stuck anything down yet because I wanted to make sure that we had somewhere to adhere our ribbon. This white one, no, way too wide. Okay. All right. Oh, and I do have gold as well. But yeah, no, don't like that. I think the silver goes better with blue because it's a cooler color. Whereas the gold goes with your richer, you know, reds and pinks and that sort of thing. Okay, so I think you kind of lose that one, although if I tied a knot bow. No, I think think I'm more leaning towards this one. I like the sparkle in that one. You love blueberry bushel. Oh, that's great, Brenton. I chose well then, didn't I, today? Especially for you. Brenton's loving my card. Thank you, Brenton. And Vicky says very pretty card as well. Thank you. Thank you, Vicky. The first one, Rose said. Yes, this one. And Amber agreed. Yeah, I agree too. I agree as well. But how lovely is it that we've got so many to choose from? Sometimes having so many choices does make it more difficult though, doesn't it? It's like, oh, which one do I use? Alrighty, so we can run that around there. So what I will do is I'm going to adhere these two layers together, and then we're going to run that around there, and then we'll tie a bow. We might even do 2 layers of that and then tie a bow. But let's adhere these two together first. And, you know, if you wanted to, you could go with that side as well. Let's see what it would look like with that side. I think I prefer the other one, but let's just have a look just to see. Different people have different preferences of what they like. So let's see. Some people might like this side better. I think either side would be lovely, actually. Oh, look at that. How different does that look with that side? Just changes it up completely, doesn't it? So there you go. So whichever side you choose would be beautiful. We do two strands of that. Isn't that gorgeous? That, I think it, this finer pattern sort of really lifts it, like it's I don't know, it makes it kind of, to me, it makes it like brighter or something. I don't know. This kind of is more subdued. Maybe because the other side looks more busy. This side is more sort of subdued. What do you think? Yeah, I think because the pattern on this one is not as bold. Yeah, so very different, isn't it? Yeah. So there you go. So that's just to show you how you can use the same paper in different ways to get different looks. All right, so let's add this paper. I'm going to use a little bit of multi-purpose liquid glue because it's super quick and easy, and it gives me that wiggle time, so I can, I've got time to line everything up. Oh, my glue oozed just there. There we go. All right, so I'll line this up on our basic white. Now with the colouring that I did today, I just used regular basic white. We do have the thick basic white as well, which is great for if you're using Stampin' blends or if you are doing heavy watercolouring. But I just used the basic today, just the basic white. Okay, there we go. Oh, got a bit sticky on my fingers now. Alrighty. Now, let's see, do we want 1 strand or do we want 2 strands? I'm thinking 2 and then tie a bow. Oops, I think I didn't leave myself enough. See, this is why I didn't stick it down yet. So now we can wrap it and then we can tie a bow. We can crisscross those over. So let's just snip, cut off some of this beautiful ribbon. I didn't tell you what this was. So this is Starry Sky metallic woven ribbon. And this woven ribbon, this metallic woven ribbon, comes in the 5 in colours. So it's a beautiful, beautiful ribbon. There we go. And we'll tie a bow, which is always challenging when you're filming, to get a good bow, a nice tight bow. But, whoa, look at that. We might have got it first go today. It's a first for everything. There we go. I think we did it. Look at that. Wow, well that rarely happens first time, but there you go. Oh, hang on a minute. I've got a little bit of a... There we go. All right, let's get rid of all these little bits, all these extra little bits there. Okay. Alrighty, so let's have a look now. Before we adhere that, we'll just make sure. What I love too about this ribbon is you can separate the, you can actually separate them, the little fibers, and I like doing that on the ends of my bow, just for a bit of added texture and interest on your card, so that it's not like a blunt finish. See that? So I've just, excuse the very dry hands. Lots of hand washing and hand sanitizing happens in this house with our little doggy. So I'm forever washing my hands. There we go. All right, now before I stick that down, I want to make sure that I've got that positioned where I want it. Oh, look, that's perfect. Perfect position. All right. I'm going to adhere that down now. Okay. So what I'm going to do is, because I've got the 2 strands of twine there, or ribbon, I'm going to use my tear and tape, because I want to take that over those ribbons to hold them in place. And these are not my tape scissors, so let me grab my other ones. I know, because I've got my little scissor charms on these ones. You have to make sure that if you are using your scissors to cut ribbon and paper and adhesives, it's always a good idea to have 2 pairs so that you keep them separated, so that your good scissors don't get all gummied up with the adhesive. There we go. Okay, so that's our tear and tape. That's the Stampin' Up! Tear and tape. It's a very good tape, very strong. You want to be sure where you're sticking things when you use that, because it doesn't come off easily. I have actually broken other spatula tools trying to remove layers when I've used tear and tape. It's that strong. Alrighty, so here we go. Just going to pull down the ends and fold those out to the side, and I'm only removing just that top portion of the tape at the moment until I get this lined up, to make sure that I have it straight, because otherwise, as I said, that tear and tape is so strong that I won't get it back off. There we go. All right, so now we can pull on that little tab, pull that one. Just do that one first, and then we've got to get this little bit from in here as well. That one and that one. There we go. All right, and now we know our ribbon isn't going to go anywhere either, because it's adhered down with the tear and tape. One thing we can do, just to ensure, actually just cap that glue, to ensure that our bow isn't going to come undone, is we can just take a little glue dot. So these are the mini glue dots, and take a glue dot with my take a pick tool. I'm just going to roll it in a ball, and I'm using the back of the paper because this is, it's got like a waxy coating, like it's non-stick. So just roll that in a ball. There we go. And then we're just going to slip that under the knot of our bow, and that will hold it perfectly in place. And then we know that our bow is not going to come undone. Oops. I'm going to make sure that that glue dot is right underneath that bow. You can just push that in with our take a pick tool. There we go. Good. All right, so that's the front of our card. Now, these two layers I'm going to adhere together. And this time I'm actually going to use Stampin' Seal. The reason I'm not using my liquid glue for this one is because this piece is white, and sometimes I find that the multi-purpose liquid glue, if you have a white piece, it can sort of look a bit bumpy through the white. So I like to use a dry adhesive when I'm adhering white. There we go. Now we'll put some Stampin' Dimensionals, lots and lots of adhesives. Again, lots of choice. You don't need to use all these different adhesives that I'm using, but these are just my preferences and they all have their purpose. So Stampin' Dimensionals are just little hexagons of mounting foam, and they are super awesome to add dimension. They're double-sided adhesives, so they have a paper backing, so you just need to remove the paper backing. You can do that easily with your fingernails, or I like to use my take a pick tool and just collect them up all at once. There we go, and then can eject them into the bin. Okay, so we're going to slide this down. We want an even border-ish around the top and the left and the right side. There we go, beautiful. And now we've got our flowers, so we can decide if we want to mount them up or stick them flat. I think I'm going to stick them flat because I've already dimensionalized them, so they're already popping up. So I think I'm going to just use a little bit of multi-purpose liquid glue just in the center there. Now, I don't know which way this flower lines up. I'm just having a look at that way. That way. There we go. Just having a look at the image there to line that up over the stamped image. There we go. And this one. Does this one have that way, I think? There we go. It doesn't matter too much because we've got the stamped image underneath, so that's okay. Just use the end of our take a pick tool just to pop those down. And then this one, we've got a longer petal here, so that would be that one there. Whoops. There we go. Whoops. Slippery, slippery. Just hold that for a moment for that glue to take. There we go. Give them a nice press. And I don't know where I've put my cap. Oh, there it is. Need to cap that so I don't stick that in my hand. Alrighty, so now we've got our sentiment to add and then our bling. And we've got, oh, Jenny said she loves my bow. She wishes she could tie her bows like that. It's lots and lots of practice, Jenny. Yeah, lots of practice. And I did very well today. It doesn't always go that easily, that quickly. Sometimes it can take me 3, 4, 5 times before I get them to sit nicely. So yeah, I just fluked it today. Hi, Zana, how are you? Great to have you with us. Fantastic. All right. Now, sentiment-wise, I have pulled out a few different sentiments. I want a thinking of you or sympathy. I have some friends. Not only have we recently had a loss in our family, but I have friends who have had recent losses as well. So I wanted to make a card for them as well. The go-to greetings is awesome. Like, it is actually my go-to greetings sentiment stamp set now, because it's just got some beautiful sentiments in 3 different sizes, 3 different fonts. And, you know, you can pretty much cover everything with the sentiments that are in there. There's also this one with deepest sympathy, but I think now, because of the flowers that we've got there and the size of the image, this one will probably be a little bit too big. I want something a little bit finer. So I think I won't use that one. I think I'm going to go to my go-to greetings. And so thinking of you, so we've got the really big one. Now these are only shown at 90%. So if I show you the actual stamp, you'll see they are much bigger. So this one, of course, is going to be too big. So we've got the medium size one, which is that size. And then we've got the little one as well, which is this one. So we've got the two there, and I'll show you the large one just so you can see the difference in the sizes. Okay, so we've got the large one, the medium one, and the small one. So as you can see, that large one is going to be way too big. I mean, unless you wanted to put it across the whole top of your card, I guess you could do that, but I think it would take away from the floral images on there, which we don't want to do. So we've got this one, or this little one that's very subtle. I think I like the little one, to be honest. It's just nice and subtle. This one, much larger. Yeah, I think I like the little one just subtly put over here. Could put that anywhere. Yeah, I think we might use that one. So, but yeah, if you're looking for a really good, oh, hey, Megan, how are you? I didn't see you jump on. Great to have you with us. The little one. Yeah. Everyone is saying the little one is just the, just correct. Just the right size. Oh, just a note. That's also a good one as well. Yes. Just a note would also be a good sentiment to use, Jenny, for a loss as well. Yeah. Oh, it's 8:45 over there, Zana, in the UK. Not too early. That's good. That's good. Just scrolling back up to see a few sentiments that I missed. Sorry. Oh, Megan's here. She got her big order today. She got the holographic paper and the space suite. Fantastic. That's awesome. Yeah, so thinking of you or just a note, either of those would work for this card. I think I'm going to go with this one. So let's grab a block, another block. Yeah, I'll use that one. And I'm thinking, now if I had have done it beforehand, I could have stamped that probably first and then just stamped that up a little bit higher. So it could have had it stamped on the same layer. If I make more of these, I might do that. But I do usually like to mount up my sentiment labels as well. So I think we're going to stamp this onto just some white. We could do it on Night of Navy in white embossing powder and then emboss that. That would look lovely as well. But I think we're just going to keep it simple and clean. And notice I've done no inking on this one. So very un-Mandy. Because I always have inking on my projects and I haven't on this one. All right, so we can use the offcuts from this one here. Now I've got some punches. Let's see. Oh, you know what? Let's, will I? Won't I? I have an idea. Wait a sec. Okay, no, not that one. I use this one. We could use a punch, but you know what? I think we're going to keep it simple. I think we're going to keep it simple. Oh, I've got more fluff from that cardigan earlier. All right, let's measure the width of this one. So this is about 1.5 centimeters. Which is 1.5 centimeters. It's not quite 3/4 of an inch. So I'm going to cut this. If I do that at 2, is it going to be too big? 1.5. 1.5. I'm going to cut a strip at 1.5 centimeters and see if I can stamp it onto there. Let's see. So I'll use the measure over this side this time. We'll go 1.5. We'll see if we can fit it on there. because then that's going to go there like that. Yeah, that'll be a good width. Don't want it any thicker than that really. And I'll stamp it in the Night of Navy so it matches with all the rest of the card. Even though we've got blueberry bushel as well, we do have the Night of Navy there, and we stamped the flowers in Night of Navy. Okay, so let's see if I get this straight. Oh, look at that. You wouldn't read about it. That is pretty darn good. Maybe I'll tad off, but I think we'll get away with it. There you go. Stamp off that excess ink and we'll give that a clean. Well, that doesn't happen very often that I get it first go, but there you go. Just having a good day today. Okay, and now what we'll do is we will just angle the ends. That way, or that way, that way. So we'll just angle and angle, angle, angle on the ends, and we can just pop that down there. Now we could ink the edges because you know it's a sentiment label, and actually this one needs to be cut a little bit closer, I think. There we go. So we can just pop that down there. In fact, you know what? I'm thinking I don't want them angled. I'm thinking I want them straight. But I might have cut it a bit close now. I think that's going to be too close. I might need to I need to redo it. Yeah, I decided that I don't want them angled. The angles don't kind of go with the scallops. So let's do that again. We've got another one. Now what's the bet? I won't get it stamped straight this time. But let's be optimistic and hope for the best. So we'll stamp it again. Line it up. Oh, it's a little bit off. It's a tad off. I don't know. What do you think? Can we get away with that? I think we can get away with that. It's not too bad. Otherwise, I'll have to cut another strip. And I don't want to cut another strip. I could cut another strip, but it's more time. How are we going for time? I haven't even looked at the time. Oh my goodness, it's 5:52. So I've been going quite a long time already. So, does anybody else have this gingham paper? That's a question I didn't ask. Now, what I might do is I'll cut the ends straight on my trimmer. In fact, you know what? I pulled out my little guillotine that we had a while ago because somebody the other day was saying, you know, how great it was and how easy it was to make small cuts with the little guillotine. And I thought, you know what? I haven't used mine for ages, so let's pull it out and use it. This was one that was available, I think it was a joining offer a while ago. There we go. Oh, look, that's much better. And I thought, I need to get it out and use it. These aren't available anymore, but they were a great, maybe one day Stampin' Up! Might bring them back again. Who knows? These were a great little trimmer. Okay, I'm much happier with that now. Yes. Yes, okay, and now I think we need to ink the edges. So let's grab my sponge daubers, because you know, you can't have a Mandy card without a little bit of inking. What do we want? We want Night of Navy, Misty Moonlight, Night of Navy, there we go. There's a dauber for every colour. Excuse me, reaching across there. Okay. And this, inking the edges, gives a little border around your sentiment label without adding extra cardstock. And also too, because we have a border around our images, well, we have, you know, the line art of the image, of the flowers and the leaves. This kind of helps to tie it in. and it'll also help this to stand out. There you go. Just gives it a little bit of a lift. Doesn't that look beautiful? In fact, if I had thought about it beforehand, I probably would have inked around the edges of my scallop. Although, then we may have lost the definition of the scallop because it's on Night of Navy cardstock. So, yes, you've got to be careful. Got to be a little bit careful about all of these finer details of things. And, yeah, I think I'm going to put it over there. Like that. Let's pop that up onto some dimensionals. I might grab my minis because that piece is nearly, you know what? Let's use our edge pieces because we don't want to waste those. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. We don't want to waste these edge pieces. They are perfectly useful. And if they look messy on the back, it doesn't matter because nobody sees it. There we go. Oh, we might need a little bit more up there. Let's just cut a little bit there. Cut that a little bit too short. There we go. Okay. Oh, you love your mini trimmer, Megan? Yes, you use it more than your big one. Oh, that's cool. Awesome. Yeah, it was really great when they had those. They were for a joining special a while ago during Celebration, I think it was, or was it during Celebration? I can't remember. It was a promotion a couple of years ago. And as demonstrators, we were able to purchase them as well, which was awesome. So there we go. So we'll pop that down here in the corner. We've got that little stitched border around the frame there. So we'll just line it up with that and pop it down there, and then we'll just add some bling. So I've got a couple of different blings, not this one. This is throwing off a lot of pinks and oranges, and we're going blues. So pearls, or the pearls have got beautiful blues and purplies in them. Let's go with the iridescent pearls today. Okay. Bring in the trusty Take Your Pick tool again, and we're going to add some pearls in the centers of these flowers. Oops, that wasn't quite in the center. In the center, there we go. Oh, missed it. Oh, where'd that go? Oh, that just went on the floor. I'll have to find that before the puppy does. There we go. And then we can add a couple of extras so we can fill some of these spots up here. Go there like that. And let's add one more. Well, actually, that's our 5, isn't it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, there we go. We could add extras if you wanted to. You could add a couple of extras here and there. But don't know that you need it, really. Don't know that we need it. I think we might just leave it there. If you wanted to, you could add extra punched flowers. So I did have some extra ones here that I punched as well, which we won't on this card, but you could add some extra flowers just to fill this out a little bit more. Yeah, so, but there you go. So there is our beautiful card. So what do you think? Oh, you hope that they bring the little guillotine cutter back, Zana? Yeah, it's a good one. Yeah. Megan loves Night of Navy, or Seahawks Blue as she calls it. Yeah. Oh, thank you, Mary. Mary loves the card. Yeah. Rose loves it as well. Yeah. Oh, yeah, the little trimmer for scrapbooking. Yes, that would be awesome, Megan. Yeah. Fantastic. Oh, you got all the pieces, the extra little attachments for the Take Your Pick tool as well, Megan. The Take Your Pick Crafters Tips. That's what they're called. Yeah, they're really cool. They're really awesome. I'm going to start using mine soon. The little one is just right. Yes, great. All right, I think I've got everybody's comments. So there you go. So yeah, you can certainly do that in other colors. I will also add a white insert, and I'll put this strip on the bottom of the insert as well. to bring in that designer series paper as well. But I've been long enough now, so I'll do that after I finish filming. So there you go. All right. So I'm going to flip the camera back face to face so that I can say goodbye to you all in person, as I always like to do. So bear with me one moment. I'll just cover up the camera and we'll do a little flippity flip. Here we go. Just undo everything again. I always forget that one's backwards. All right, flip, flip, and oh, didn't flip. There we go. I was on the roof. I did tap it, but it didn't activate. That's okay. Oh, that light every time, every single time. There we go. Okay. So there you go. So there's our beautiful card using the Petal Park stamp set and the Petal Park Builder Punch. So really pretty, just very simple design, but perfect for, I mean, it's so pretty though. You don't need to really do too much to this one, but perfect for a sympathy card, a thinking of you card. You can, anything, you could use it for anything. But yeah, and with that beautiful gingham paper, you could do it in multiple colors. So I think the Berry Burst would be beautiful as well. And even using these other greens in the background, what were they again? So we've got Blueberry Bushel, which is what we used, Berry Burst, Lemon Lime Twist, Pecan Pie, and Pretty Peacock. Pretty Peacock was the other one. That would look beautiful in the background as well. So there you go. So thank you all so much for joining me today. I really appreciate your support. Thank you for coming back after me being away for so long. I was worried that everyone will have deserted me, but I'm thankful that you haven't. So thank you for being patient and waiting for me to be ready to return. And if you missed the very beginning, the intro, please feel free to go back and watch that. I won't rehash it all again. But yeah, I just wanted to thank everybody for their support over the last few weeks. And yeah, so if there's anything I can do to help you, or you have any questions, if you have any questions about joining Stampin' Up, if you're interested in joining my team or would like to know more about joining my team and our wonderful crafting community, then please feel free to get in contact with me. I'm happy to answer all of your questions and give you more information about what it's like to join, what it's like to be part of this amazing community. Get your amazing 20% discount on all of your Stampin' Up products and early catalogue releases. Remember, we've got the new, oh, I've put all the ribbons on top of it now, the new mini catalogue coming out. Put them down there. And I just received mine today. Thank you, Stampin' Up. So as Stampin' Up demonstrators, we get a free complimentary catalogue every time there's a new catalogue. Unfortunately, Mr. Posty wrecked mine in the post today, so it's a bit battered and bruised, but that is Mr. Posty's fault, not Stampin' Up's. But yes, so I'll be ordering some more of these in the coming days anyway, so I'll have a beautiful pristine copy of it very soon. Yes, if you would like to get your hands on one of these, if you are a current customer, I have already ordered those for you. If you haven't ordered with me for a while, or you have never ordered with me and would like to, then please get in contact with me and I would love to get one of those out to you. And I will be putting up a catalog request link, so I need to set that up. I hadn't done that yet, so I'll do that tonight and get that up and ready. Alrighty, let me just check. Did I miss any last comments? Everyone's enjoying my card. Thank you so much, everybody. Yep. Good night, Mary. Thank you for joining us. Yes, Dimity wishes they'd bring back the little cutter as well. Oh, Megan sprained her wrist, so no crafting for you at the moment. Oh no, that's no good at all, Megan. Oh dear. you'll have to learn to be ambidextrous and learn to do things with the other hand. Although crafting is probably a little bit tricky to do that. Oh, take care. I hope it heals well and heals quickly for you so that you can get back to doing the things that you love. All right, well, I will leave it there. Thank you all again so much for joining me today. I'm here to help and serve you. If there's anything I can do to help you or answer any questions, please feel free to get in contact. All of my links will be in the description of the video. Thank you to those watching the replay, both here on Facebook and over on YouTube. If you haven't yet subscribed to my YouTube channel, please remember to do that as well so that you will always be, and click on the bell icon as well, the little bell notification, so you'll always be notified every time I upload a new video. I plan to be live again on Thursday morning at 11 a.m, but that'll be over on my YouTube channel. So feel free to come over there on my YouTube channel and join me over there at 11 a.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time. All right, I think that's everything. Remember, tomorrow is the 1st of August. We've got the kit collection sale for August starting tomorrow. For those of you who are demonstrators, we'll be able to start ordering from the pre-order of the new mini catalogue, so that's exciting. And lots and lots of things happening. I'm sure there'll be more things that I've forgotten. So anyway, I will see you all again next time. As I always say, happy crafting. Bye, everyone.